The dolphins, for example, as well, say one of our male dolphins, Starbuck, for example, he's about 280 kilos. He will eat about 10 or 12 kilos of food a day. Everybody wants to be a dolphin trainer, but you've got to think that we've got 30 dolphins. They all eat somewhere between 10 and 12, maybe 15 kilos of food a day. That's a heck of a lot of buckets, or a heck of a lot of fish that you've got to break out and clean up after. So it's probably not quite as glamorous as what you think. Now, also in here, you'll notice that we've got quite a few different sorts of fish. The barramundi here, for example, they are a public donation. Somebody had those in a private fish tank, and they got too big, so they actually gave you up. Now, if you're wondering what the rods down the front of the windows are, the windows you see in front of you are acrylic. They are flat. They don't make the fish look bigger or anything. They don't magnify them. But you can imagine if you patted a shark, they're actually like sandpaper. In the good old days, what they used to do is they used to skin them, and they used to use their skin as sandpaper. That's how rough it is. If you look at it under a microscope, they do have what they call denticles. So you can imagine a golf ball with the dimple.
Yep.
Where it's supposed to grip the air, so it will rise, whereas with the denticles, what happens is the water passes over it, gets to the back of it, falls off the back edge, actually creates a little vortex that cuts down the drag. So that's why you get the fast swim suits that all the Olympics, well now they can't have them, but the shark fins, that's why they call them shark fins. It was that sort of technology. Now, with that sandpaper for skin, you can imagine these windows are very expensive, and we can't replace them. So the rods are two things. Number one, it's the benefit of the animals, because they'll be able to go along there and go, yeah, there's something there, and they'll just slightly move it out so they won't hit the window. Because you can imagine, if we had an animal go up and down the windows like that with sandpaper, it would be like somebody standing on the other side with a scourer. You can actually see some of the scuff marks on it, and that's from the sharks, because they really are that rough. So it's two bits, so it's two. It's one so that animals keep away, but there's also our benefit as well, because we don't have to replace the window. Now, do we have any questions at the moment? By the way, if you're wondering how long Dorothy's going to be pregnant for, she's going to be pregnant for 16 months. When she has her pups, she will have live pups. They will be somewhere in the vicinity of about a metre long, and you're looking at somewhere between 6 and 10 kilos. So that's not bad babies. And when they pop out, of course, they will be completely self-sufficient. They'll be able to be fully functioning as a shark. They'll go off. Dorothy will have nothing to do with them. In actual fact, it's probably very, shall we say, beneficial to their health if they do keep away from their mother, because large sharks are just as likely to eat little sharks, because that's the way the world works, unfortunately. Now, have you got any questions at the moment?
Who is the father?
That's Diesel. He's in here. Now, tell the difference between, does anybody know the difference between boy sharks and girl sharks, apart from their names? Alrighty, the big animal that you see in front of us here, when she comes past, that's Hillary. Now, if you have a look at the back underneath, you'll notice that she's just got her fins. Now, if she was a boy, there's near her anal fins, what she would have, there are two long sausage appendages called claspers. So that's how you tell whether it's a boy or a girl. And that's how you tell the difference between a boy and a girl with the rays as well. That's very peaceful in there, doesn't it?
They're all sort of standing around.
Yeah, they're all just cruising around. Now, just like if you see a dog that was growling at you, the hair on the back of its neck is standing up on end, and baring its teeth at you, you probably wouldn't think you've done a lovely doggy or go up and pat it. You'd probably realise that the dog is upset and you wouldn't go near it. Now, with the sharks, living animals, they show behaviours when they're upset as well. Now, what they'll do is they arch their backs like cats. You will see their pectoral fins arch down at the bottom, and instead of these big cruisy patterns that they swim, they go in zigzag patterns, so they do actually look agitated. Some of them will get a little bit of a head shake action happening, and they'll also swim in decreasing circles. Now, our divers get in here all the time, because you can imagine this is just one very, very large fish tank. So, if you've ever had